Welcome back, Sebastian here. So first Formula 2 race of the season done. Pretty exciting race, I must say. So of course the big news from yesterday was that pole sitters for tomorrow's feature race, Chris Miney was of course disqualified from qualifying. So instead of starting from 10th, he was forced to basically start today's race and tomorrow's race from 22nd. So Crawford was on reverse grid pole, of course, because today's sprint race, and Taylor Barnard, last confirmed driver on the grid, starts second. Durskin stalled on the basically before the formation lap, and he was forced to start from the pit lane. So continuing the tales of Josh Mason from last year, the PHM stalled on the grid. So Miata had a really slow start, of course, the rookie coming over from Japan from Super Formula Super GT, and he was down in 18th after the first lap. Victor Martins had a really good start, and he was up to second by the first corner. And Taylor Barnard, of course, who started second on the grid, dropped down quite a bit as well. So the second lap of the race, the virtual safety car came out. It was contact between Amaury Cordial and Rafael Villagomez at turn 4. And basically, it seemed to break Cordial's car, and he basically took the escape road where you basically do the outer loop, and he basically stopped the car, whereas Villagomez was forced to come back to the pits and get for a new set of tires. Yes. Now, and that incident was going to be investigated after the race. So lap 3, the virtual safety car ends, and Victor Martins challenges Crawford, the race leader, into turn 1, but doesn't make the move stick. Lap 4, Maloney overtakes O'Sullivan for P3 for turn 1 there. So good move there, and definitely a sign of things to come later in the race. Colapinto was basically then under investigation for starting in the wrong grid position, and he was then given a 10-second penalty, which, yeah, you know, a bit harsh. I think all the penalties from F2 and F3 today have been 10 seconds instead of 5, so a bit harsher penalties. I'm not opposed to that. I do think it's something that they need to, pushing that the rules and the discipline is something they need to do. Lap 5, Fittipaldi overtakes O'Sullivan for P4 at turn 1, so another position lost for O'Sullivan. Then following lap 6, Maloney overtakes Martins for P2 at turn 4, so Maloney making his way up to the field. Aaron, the rookie, then overtakes fellow rookie and teammate from last year, O'Sullivan, at P6 for P6 at turn 8. So a bit of an odd spot to make a move, but he does a really good job of making it stick. And then Pepe Marti, on his official name is Joseph Marti, which is why it's JMA, but I know everyone calls him Pepper Marti. Then overtook O'Sullivan at turn 11 a couple corners later. So O'Sullivan really struggling for tire pace, despite the fact that we're only like a quarter of the way through the race. Now, yeah, basically that's what I wrote. O'Sullivan struggling with tires. Maloney then overtakes Crawford for the lead of the race, so again, change for the lead there. Really nice move at turn 4. He basically gets the cutback, forces Crawford to go down the inside, take the inside line, and then he's basically able to swoop around on the traditional racing line to get that extra traction out of the corner and take the position. Lap 11, Aaron overtakes Fittipaldi for P5 at turn 1. Both Premers at this point pitted, and we knew that Prema is generally one of the strongest teams in Formula 2. Two very talented drivers, Antonelli and Behrman, and they were down in 16th and 17th, and things were going so badly that they decided to pit, and they were basically 30 seconds off the back. I don't know how badly they were struggling with tire wear, or if they were just trying to do something different in case there was, for example, a late safety car. But yeah, not a great day for Prema. Lap 14, Hauger overtakes Fittipaldi for P7, and Miata, who's having a pretty good race despite his really poor start, was back up into 11th. And then lap 16, Miata overtakes Fittipaldi for P10. And of course, if this was the feature race, that would be in a points-paying position, but it's a sprint race, so only the top 8 get points. Martins then makes his mistake at turn 6, but not something you want to be doing if you aim to be challenging for the championship, and this allows Hatcher to move up into P3. Miata then overtakes Bortoletto for P9, and Barnard, they then show his car some kind of mechanical issue, retiring in the pit lane. Lap 19, Hatcher with some kind of tire trouble coming on the radio saying his front tires are dead. Yeah, and you could definitely see from the onboard that on certain corners, like the low speed corners, he was really struggling to get the tires turned in. Let's see, where are we? And then, yeah, lap 20, his teammate Marty, his rookie, in his very first Formula 2 race, overtakes Hatcher for P3 at turn 4. So that's not going to make Hatcher's day any better. And then a couple moments later, Aaron overtakes Martins for P5. Lap 21, Bortoletto retakes the position from Miata, so this was a really good battle towards the end of the race, from basically all the way from, I would say, P7 all the way to P11, was very, very close, and there was lots of really great wheel-to-wheel action in the latter stages of this race. But yes, Bortoletto retakes that position at turn 4, and then the following lap, lap 22, Hauger overtakes Martins for P6, and of course, yeah, there's a great battle behind. There was constantly changing position between Miata, Bortoletto as well, and I think, who else was there? I think O'Sullivan and the trident of Richard Verschure was also in that battle as well. Miata overtakes Martins at P9 at turn 11. As that, both AOTs really struggling with tires. We saw O'Sullivan falling down the field towards the start of the race, and Martins really struggling towards the end. Definitely not what you would expect from one of the favorites from the title. And on top of Prema having a really off day, I think, at this point this title is really, really up in the air. So final lap of the race, Maloney takes a checkered flag after overtaking Crawford up here somewhere, I think lap 8. He basically just sailed into the distance, looked very, very comfortable, I think won by 3 or 4 seconds, and yeah, takes the checkered flag and gets the first win of the year. Now, taking a look at the championship standings, of course, very, very similar to the race result. The only difference is that Bortoletto, of course, has his 3 points from pole position. So, let's see, Maloney leads the championship 8 points, Crawford's second with 7, Marty's third with 6, and Bortoletto also on 6th and 4th. Hatcher in 5th with 5 points, Aaron in 6th with 4 points, O'Sullivan 7th with 2 points, and Hauger 8th with a single point. And that leaves Miata, Verschure, Martins, Correa, Miney, Antonelli, Durskin, Berman, Fittipaldi, Colapinto, Villagomez, Stanek, Barnard, and Cordial without points. So there you go, first race of the year, first Formula 2 race. So of course we have Formula 1 qualifying in about an hour or so, so really looking forward to that. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.